All right, hope you guys are having a wonderful day. We got an interesting podcast today posted by Optic Audio Network, and they addressed the Minnesota Rocker debacle that happened during weekend one of the first major. And I have a couple clips here I want to play for you guys to just kind of express my opinion. I've gotten my outbursts and my anger out of the way. I'm still a little sick. Sorry for the coughing. I'll try to moderate that as best as I can. There's a couple clips in here that have kind of annoyed me, and there's a bunch of information that we weren't told or we weren't disclosed. Starting with Optic Rambo here, the coach of Optic, who said that during the whole situation, when Optic was told that Minnesota appealed the round and that the ruling was they were going to replay it, he says that the players were already getting frustrated and they didn't want to replay the round. So then the league told him that if you forfeit the round, you will forfeit the match. So that's a pretty big piece of information that I did not know and was really kind of circulating around my whole argument with the whole situation, was that in my opinion, Optic had been told that if they forfeit the round, then they'll just give the round to Minnesota and they'll be able to play on. But the coach here, Rambo, is saying that is not what happened, and that he was told that if they forfeited the game, they were then forfeiting the match. And then 3 seconds after that, listen to what he says here in this clip.
We basically, like, the last words I said to the people in charge was that we're not going to replay. And then nothing was said after that for 15 minutes. And then they came back and said, like, I mean, during this 15 minutes, everyone's just like going even darker and darker and darker. At this point, there's no light. Like, it's just, we're far, like, it's whatever, full darkness.
Literal demon hours.
Yeah, like, everyone's just like totally revolving around this, being more and more pissed. These guys start tweeting and all that stuff. So, and then they come back like 15 minutes later and tell us, never mind, you can forfeit that map and then you can play the rest of the match out, which to me was like,
we're making the rules up as we go along.
Yeah,
okay.
Right. Yeah, it just seems super.
No.
Like, that was the most frustrating part for me. Like, from, again, like, you can't.
So you were told that if you forfeited the round, you were then going to forfeit the match, and you appealed that. So then the league responds to you by saying, okay, if you forfeit the match, we'll allow you to play out the rest of the game, and then you decide to say no to that? Are you fucking stupid? Are you crazy? And now they're going to sit here and they're acting like that's a big, what's the league deciding to do? Oh, they're going to just let us forfeit? Well, we're going to still forfeit then. Oh, they want to make an exception to us? No, we're going to forfeit still. That's ridiculous. So if you were told that you could forfeit the round and play the match and you still forfeited the match, then that's your issue. And that's you guys being bad. And that's Optic being bad. And that's Optic not caring about the fans or not caring about all this podcast. They talk about integrity. When they talk about Minnesota Rocker, they say, oh, there's a game integrity that needs to be set. The integrity is you guys were the ones who were running around like little kids who refused to play. That's ridiculous to me, and I stand by what I've said because it looks like it's just getting proven. The league made an exception to whatever rule they originally told you for you to replay and continue playing the game after forfeiting one round, and you still decided not to. That is outrageous to me. So that's the first clip. I think that's the clip I'm going to get the most mad at, but let's go ahead and let's watch this one here.
You think I want, and I will say this. When the league reached out to me and said, hey, the Rocker are getting death threats, so you want to say something? I'm like, well, first of all, why me? You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't command anybody to go do this thing, but
because you're the CEO of a company, an organization that is being in the spotlight for behavior that people agree with and disagree with, and people who disagree with it are getting death threats. You don't have to come out and say, hey, you don't have to say anything long, but make a statement. Say something. Say the Optic organization does not represent these statements, nor do we want fans to speak like this. That's all you had to say. But again, it's this above everyone else mentality that this guy has, that he thinks he can just be better than everyone and talk like this and act like he doesn't have to be responsible for the multi-million people who support his company. And even if they weren't Optic fans, again, sending a unified message is all they wanted. This is crazy. Oh, I'm heated. I am heated about this. And I just don't understand. I don't get it. This is crazy to me. I can't wait for this weekend. Hope to see you guys there.